Barbados, get up. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Good morning to you and morning Barbados. So good to have you in company on this Friday. My favorite letters to say TGIF. Of course, it doesn't mean that I'm going to have less work to do. It just means it's Friday and it feels like something is happening. I'm Tisha Hines. I'll be here with you until 8 o'clock this morning. And I don't know how we're going to get through today because we have so many things to do. Of course, today is World Sneaker Day. I'm calling it World Sneaker Day because I'm wearing my sneaks today. How about that? And we're encouraging you to get on out and wear your sneaks as well. There's some activities that will be happening all across the island. We're going to tell you exactly when and why you should be a part of it. I'm also rocking my Fitbit today because the aim is to be able to get in at least 10,000 steps, which is not a difficult thing to do. As long as you have the Fitbit on, it kind of motivates you to keep moving and get going and so on. So a great motivator for me, and I'm going to continue to motivate you as well so that we can continue on. And maybe I'll wear the Fitbit a little bit more. I used to wear it every single day, but let's not talk about the past. We're going to talk about the future. That's right. Today is also World Tourism Day. You'd recall that we started the celebration early this week when we were at the Lloyd Erskine Standiford Center for Morning Barbados. That was on Tuesday. And what a fine time we had with the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc. team and all of the people who were there for their Mega Fest. We're going to share some more of that with you. Plus, Madge Dalrymple will be in to share all the excitement that will be happening at Pelican Island a little later today in celebration of World Tourism Day. There's something else major happening that we really want to talk about this morning. It's not the first time you're hearing about it on Morning Barbados, but I want you to listen with intent because post this interview, you have to move with purpose to be able to keep yourself safe, the people in your life, and do the right thing. We're talking about Walk for the Cure. It's coming up on October 6th, and we expect you to be there and your entire family. And we know what that means, right? The dog, the babies, the little ones, dad, mom, granny, everybody is something for everyone. Joining us to tell us more about it, Dr. Shirley Jagru. Her name has become synonymous with the walk and anything to do with the breast screening program. So wonderful to have you with us, Dr. Jagru.
Thank you so much.
As always.
It's a pleasure.
And joining us, I think, for the first time this particular year on Morning Barbados, certainly with me, is Samantha Settle, who is CIBC's walk manager. So
yes,
wonderful to have you here with us as well.
Good to be here. Very good to be here.
And no stranger to Morning Barbados. As a matter of fact, we had quite the conversation just last week on 94.7 FM.
That's correct.
About the walk. Michelle Strawn, who's the walk manager for the breast screening program. So welcome, Michelle.
Thank you. Good morning, Barbados.
All right. So great to see all of you here. And this has just become one of those things we really look forward to. It truly has grown throughout the years. But let's backpedal a little bit, Dr. Jagru, to talk about where we have come with people's interests and engagement with the walk.
Oh gosh, we've come a long way. When we think of 2000, 2002, when we had to really struggle to convince people that the stigma with breast cancer must go and that there's life after breast cancer. Today, imagine all these people are coming out to support the cause because they've realized that there's so many people still alive. And the secret to that is early detection, which is what this walk is all about. The awareness has made the difference. And I can't but help thanking CIBC for coming on board because it's made a difference.
Absolutely. And we know that we see sponsorships all the time. People come on board with programs all the time. But with CIBC Caribbean, you have been in the forefront of the fight. You've been up front and center
Yes.
with everything, and I want to commend you and your team on that.
Thank
First
you.
of all, and here you are again in 2024, committed and moving forward.
Yes, this is the 13th year for CIBC participating with Walk for the Cure and collaborating with the breastfeeding program. CIBC has a walk in all of the markets in which it operates in, and in each market it's different, Tisha, because there's a focus for specific cancer. For example, in Antigua, they look at children's cancer. In Trinidad, they do prostate cancer. They work with that association there. But here in Barbados, at home for us, we work with the breastfeeding program, Dr. Jagru and her team. And it's just so heartwarming for us to make sure that we can give of our time to make sure that we help persons, you know, go out there to feel it, find it, fight it, so that they can prevent, you know, anything happening with their bodies with this awful, awful disease.
Absolutely. I think we've come a long way, but we still have lots of work to do.
Oh gosh,
Because
yes.
sometimes when you are pressing a message, it becomes so almost normal
Yes.
for people to hear it that they're like, oh, okay, fly by. But we want to make sure that people are on point. So this year, you're focusing a lot on the trinkets. You're selling a lot of little keepsakes that go along with it. So tell us where, first of all, we can grab these beautiful t-shirts. I tried to get in my little pink in here, even though I'm representing for Sneaker Day. So tell us where we can get our shirts so that we will be in time for the walk.
Well, the shirts are being sold at the breast screening program in Henry's Lane every day, Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. You can get them from Cherish Cosmetics in Swan Street. So persons don't have to walk up to Henry's Lane. They can stop at Cherish Cosmetics in Swan Street. You can get your shirts. And then on Saturdays, we have Sheraton Mall from 10 until 6. And then CIBC is also doing some pop-ups around at Massey Warrens, Massey Sky Mall, and Massey Sunset Crest. So get your shirts, $30 for adults, $20 for children. And at Henry's Lane and Sheraton Mall, you'll be able to get any of the trinkets that you're seeing here, plus more.
Oh, they're beautiful. And they go beautifully with what we're doing today, Sneaker Day. You have to make sure you have your water bottle as well, guys. So make sure you grab them. Dr. Jagru, you mentioned something very important when we started. You said it's important for people to stay on message, stay on task.
Yes.
How are we getting the numbers as far as translating from putting the message out there to people coming in and actually doing the screenings?
Yes, but over the years, we have definitely made a difference. We've moved from like 300 patients a month to now we're doing about almost 800 patients a month.
Wow.
But recently, there's been a fall off. It might be finances, I'm not sure, but over the last 2 months, we've had a decline in the number of patients attending. But what we've gone and done was we've increased our workforce. We have increased the number of radiographers, the technicians, and we've made now the telephone system was not very good. We've improved on that. And our appointment system now, you can walk in, you can have an appointment for the next day when we used to have a waiting period. So we are encouraging people, those who felt that, oh, I had to wait 6 weeks to have an appointment, they can have an appointment within a day. So we're encouraged, we've put everything in place now to have people attend, because you know what is our focus at the moment? Feel it, find it, and fight it. And early detection is a secret for that. So please, I'm asking everyone, just come. Even if you don't have an appointment, just come to the clinic. We're ready and waiting for you.
Absolutely. It's wonderful to hear that you've been able to make the necessary upgrades, and that's what this is all about as well.
Yep.
To be able to, bring the clinic up to scratch so you can offer these services. What are some of the changes that you've been able to make through the years owing to the proceeds from this walk?
Well, the proceeds of the walk has made a difference. I keep saying this all the time because it has. All our equipment at this point in time is state-of-the-art, and it's really, really amazing. We've got a tomogram, the only one in the island, which has cost us, it's supposed to be in 1.3 million, and we pay for these things cash. Over the years, we have upgraded according to whatever is the top actually globally. and the tomogram at the moment for mammograms, which is very specific and which can really help to detect early cancer. And we have that in place. The same for ultrasound. So the facility, which is a one-stop facility, provides early detection with the best mammogram that there is at the moment, the best ultrasound that there is at the moment, and the staff that's operating it are also very well qualified.
Oh, that's excellent.
So we're having early detection, on average of sometimes 3 a week. But most of them, thank God, is stages 0 and 1. That gives those patients 99 to 100% 5-year survival. And you know, I must quickly put this in March of last 2023, we did a survey on patients who had breast cancer 5 years ago, who were stages 1 and 0, and they were all alive, which is very heartwarming. And this is what motivates our staff. We have wonderful staff at the clinic. So all we can do is encourage people and tell them, which is the honest truth. We still don't know the exact cause of breast cancer. We have not reached a stage where we can cure it, but what we do know for a fact, that what we're doing in Barbados is a global thing, and that is early detection, and their lives can be saved.
And I love that theme, early detection, feel it, find it.
Fight it.
Fight it.
It's really
Yes.
important.
Yeah.
Do we know all of the pop-up areas that we can expect to see the CIBC Caribbean crew coming out to this time around?
For sure. Every Saturday you can find the CIBC team at Massey Stores Sunset Crest, Massey Stores in Warrens and Sky Mall Haggett Hall. We have the lovely cotton shirts that the breast screening program has that Michelle is wearing today. And if you're a runner, you have on your sneakers. So if you're a runner, you can also opt in for the dry fit shirt. So the shirt I'm wearing is a regional shirt for CIBC because we have a walk, like I mentioned, in all of our markets. So this is the dry fit shirt that runners can, if they're interested, they can purchase well.
All right, I love it. So there definitely are options. Like I always say, and I said this to Michelle as well, there have been years I've participated every single year of the walk. I start there.
I know.
But, you know, I remember the very first year, and I remember there being, you know, people kind of mulling around, and you could see that there were people. And then by I'd say by year 3 or year 4, then it started to grow and grow. And then there was an overhead shot, a drone shot that I think I saw after one walk, and I was like,
pink.
sea of
Yeah.
pink. This
Sea
was
of pink.
absolutely crazy. But Michelle, you would know there have been years that I have run the route. There are
Yep.
years that I have walked briskly. This year I will have to saunter up the hill.
You shouldn't,
But you will make it.
accept that, but anyway.
But you will make it.
I'll be up the hill maybe next year. I'll be running up the hill again. So I know there have been some changes for the runners. So let's
Yes.
talk a little bit about the route itself.
Yes, well, the route starts in front CBC Warrens, the head office. It goes around the roundabout and head west. When you get to the lights at Hines Hill, we make a right, go towards Queen's College. When you get to the lights at Queen's College, you make a right, you snake and come through Claremont until you get down to the end, go around the lollipop, as we call it, by Inchcape Motors, and then head straight back through to CGI Towers and KFC into Massey Car Park. The runners will now stay on the highway instead of trying to cross, because what we found is when the walk is going on, the runners are coming back because they're fast. They're not like you and I, Tisha, they're fast.
Only this year, girl. I don't know if you're going to be able to say that next year when I get back in shape.
So the runners will take the route along the highway as though they're going back to the start of the race. And we're going to end the runners there. So they don't have to cross the walkers.
That's good stuff. I have to give a shout out to Tanya Wiggins. I remember one year we were approaching the finishing line at the same time. She was wearing a tutu,
Oh, very cute.
a pink tutu. I said, Tanya passing me today, boy. Extra gears. And over there, I mean, you know, we're laughing about it and smiling about it because it's a great time to be had. We get to see a lot of people maybe that we've not seen for a long time. Of course, we're supporting a major cause, but we want to reinforce that the message is strong and it's important that you take in the message behind it. not just come out to wear the shirts or to do the walk, but to make sure that it resonates with you and the people in your life.
Exactly. Encourage all the females. And listen, men get breast cancer too, you know.
Yes.
It's less than 1%, but they do. So men should be aware. And all we're asking you is to just be aware. Check yourselves. This year, that's why we have Feel It, Find It. Our focus is on breast self-examination. So we're going to try and teach this so that women can and men can check their breasts themselves.
All right. Do we know when you're going to be out and about selling the trinkets? I usually love to walk by you in Sheraton and wave.
Well,
Dr.
every
Driver.
Saturday.
Every Saturday.
We've been there for the past month, and so we will be there now.
Here you go.
This Saturday, thank you.
Okay.
This Saturday, that's the light. This Saturday again and next Saturday.
All right. So make sure you come on out and get the trinkets because it keeps it top of mind.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm sure you'd agree, Samantha. You know, once you have these trinkets, you're taking your sip of water every day,
Oh,
but
yes.
it's a great reminder.
It is. It certainly is.
Yeah.
And I just want to take the opportunity as I'm here to thank our partners because we have a lot of partners that come on board to make this a reality. We like to say it takes a village in order to get this done, working with Michelle and the team at the breast screening program. But we have some very valued partners who coming at a regional level to support Walk for the Cure at the local level. And it's across a variety of industries that they make their contributions in a very unique way, but all for a great cause. So I want to say special thanks to them for coming on board. And every year when we think that we've outdone ourselves, that you know, this is it. There's always somebody saying, you know, we want to be a part of it. How can we be a part of it? So I just want to say thanks on behalf of CIBC.
Oh, that's truly excellent. And for you, you know, this is something that you kind of live every day. I mean, we're getting ready for October 6th, of course. But for you, this is a daily thing.
It certainly is, and the job in itself is a long job. It takes us a whole year to plan this walk. So we don't just start at September.
As soon as it's finished, you
As
plan
soon
for
as
the
it
next
finishes,
one.
we start
Yeah.
for the next year. And this is where we want to say thank you to Gildan, because Gildan provides the shirts for us every year. And that in itself is really, really, really helpful. We want to say thank you. I also want to take the opportunity to remind persons that there's a park and ride system on the day of the walk. You can get the buses at Fairchild Street in town, or you can get on at Sky Mall in Haggett Hall, or Queen's College in Husbands. And those buses start at 1:15 to bring you to Warren's. We say the last bus is 3:15, but if we realize that there are people there, the transport board manages this process and they're very good.
Yeah.
They will send buses and get the persons to Warrens. It's $3.50 for each ride. So each direction, and then going back from 5 o'clock until 7 o'clock, it takes you back to your destination. So 20,000 persons can all park in Warrens. So we want to see some of you at Sky Mall and at Queen's College.
Yeah.
We're looking for
Absolutely.
30 this year, though.
You're looking for 30, okay.
I don't think that's outside of the reach of what
it
can
could
happen.
It
I
could happen.
certainly hope
It could happen.
that we have 30,000 plus people coming out and
Yes,
representing. Let's double back to Gildan though. For people who want to get shirts in groups or companies, what do they do to be able to get the shirts? And you don't have a lot of time, so you have to get on it like yesterday.
That's correct. No, they can call us at 284-9876.
Say it again.
So 284-9876.
There we go.
Or you can send your order in to walkforacure@gmail.com. And you send your order in by sizes. We have both male and female sizes, small to 2XL, not 3XL, not 4XL, 2XL.
Yes.
And you can also get youth shirts, size 12, 14, and 16. And we have, unfortunately, we only have 60 toddlers left. All the other sizes are gone.
In terms of groups, must you have a group of a certain size to
Well,
make an order of a customized shirt?
Yeah, we like to start at a minimum of 5 shirts. Because, you know, the printers are printing screens. They have to burn those screens. And it's still a cost that and the printers are absorbing that cost. So we just pay for the actual logo going on the back of the shirt. So we like to keep it to 5. So persons that may want 1 or 2 shirts, go get your families, go get your friends, put a message on the back and come.
Look through the window. Say, neighbor, let's do something
Exactly,
together.
let's do something. Get your neighborhood watch
Say,
together.
colleague, Peter, we're doing it together, right? Peter on cameras. You know, I know you really wanted to stay on message this morning to make sure that we get people coming out to the office and doing the screenings, because that is important. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to do that final major appeal.
Please, please, please do your breast self-examination and make sure you come to the clinic. You don't have to wait. If you find anything that's not, you think is not normal, anything that was not there last month or the month before and it's there now, go and have yourselves checked. And for those who find nothing, still come, because screening is very important. It's only when you check that you will find anything that is important. And early detection definitely save lives.
Dr. Jagru, what about ages? Because sometimes we say we're not to that age where we need to.
Well, we start actually screening from age 14, but that's mammogram screening. But we can start earlier if there's a family history or there's any reason that that has to be done. We do it early. You can do it any age. In actual fact, what we're trying to do is encourage youths, teenagers, to start examining their breasts. And then we move on to people in their 20s and 30s, but you can be screened at any age. And if you find anything in the breast that was not there before, we're appealing to you to make sure you have it checked. And if it's a lump or it's a mass or anything that is obvious, don't let a physician or anybody or a healthcare say it's nothing, because they cannot know. So come to the breast screening program. There are people there who will advise you correctly. We've got 2 surgeons that are there twice a week that will give you the final answer.
And they've ramped up the team and technology to make sure they can take care of you ably. No questions about that. If you start early, then it becomes customary and you don't have to think about doing it down the line. So start early. Thanks, of course, to CIBC Caribbean.
Yes.
I know that you will definitely want to reach out.
Yes, and we just want to add in support of the plea that even if you can't come out to the walk, you can't saunter up the hill like Tisha or sprint down the road like someone else, you can still make a donation. And CIBC Caribbean being the best digital bank, I have to say it wherever I go, we make it very convenient for you to make that donation and do that. So you can use First Pay to make a donation to the breast screening program using walkforthecure_Barbados at CIBCFCIB.com. That's the email address. Or you can use our account details for Walk for the Cure and donate directly. And we have all that information on our social media pages. That's CIBC Caribbean. So there are many ways to support the cause, even if you're not coming out to the actual activity. And that's the support we offer in addition to the plea to get yourself checked.
All right, thank you all so much. It takes a village. It really does. As Samantha said, a big team with Dr. Jagru and Michelle behind the scenes, Betty Lynch and all the ladies. So good morning to you as well. And continue the fantastic work. We must come out and support and donate however we can. Thank you, ladies. For
Thank
coming
you
in
so
with
much.
us.
Thank you.
Really.
And thank you for picking up your trinket and getting your shirts, the nice customizable ones. And I promise I won't let anybody with a pram pass me this year. Nobody with a pram is passing me this. All right, time for a break here on Morning Barbados, but stay with us. We'll be back to tell you all about something coming up for the seniors. That's all next.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
You know why?
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
All right, welcome back to Morning Barbados on this Friday. The weather, though, have you been following the tropical that's heading towards Florida? I don't know if you have anybody in that area, but you definitely want to check in with them. It's now been upgraded, I believe, so keep your eyes on that. Here on TV8, we most certainly will as well. But I know you heard all that thunder and saw that lightning last night. This is certainly weather that we are not accustomed to here in Barbados. Climate change is real, people. We're seeing it. All of the people who don't believe it is, absolutely is. Look at the weather. Just look outside. All right, so I'm welcoming a fabulous lady now. And she doesn't mind me at all saying that she turned the big 7-0 in style.
Aye.
She took over Instagram, Marilyn Rice. Boom.
Good morning, and thank you. Yes. Yeah, I am 70 and fabulous.
All right.
Absolutely. I was stalking your Instagram page because you had a fabulous celebration and a photo shoot, and you were gorgeous.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
And I do feel good.
Oh, that's good stuff. Simon Aline is also here.
Hey, I'm just on the side, you know.
Absolutely. Of course, we're here to talk about the DEM Seniors Roundtable discussion and expo.
Yes, please.
So you're teaming up in your capacity of DEM, and of course, you're representing for the Barbados Association of Retired Persons.
That's right.
This morning to talk about it. So Simon, lay the table for us.
Sure.
And tell us a little bit about this. I know the last major event was really for youth. You were in Queen's Park. I know you're seeking to engage with people a little bit older.
Just a little bit. So first of all, this is a perfect match. It's a match made in heaven. Basically, DEM and BARP working together side by side to get the message out about protecting our seniors during disaster. And I think it's very topical right now. There's so much going on. You mentioned climate change. It's not just about storms, but we want to talk about heat and the fact that around the world too, we see how heat strokes and so on affect not only young persons, but seniors as well. So we think that the message and the topic is timely. So on Tuesday, October 1st, we will be at the Queen's Park Steel Shed from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And we're going to have a discussion on issues surrounding the seniors and disasters. But more importantly, we're asking the seniors to come out because we're going to have a podiatrist there, optician there, as well as other support services that persons can become more aware of what to do, not only before the impact of a disaster, but also understanding that there will be a lot of supporting agencies after the impact of a disaster.
Absolutely. Marilyn, why is it important for us to have this discussion at this time about seniors and their vulnerabilities when it comes to natural disasters?
Apart from natural disasters, let us focus to it as well on climate change. And heat, you would know that dehydration affects young people, children, babies, and seniors.
Yes.
So sometimes persons would say that they're feeling tired or whatever, but they're becoming dehydrated. And with the intense heat that we have been experiencing here, and most seniors are home alone, and house might not be totally open, you have to sort of educate them about making sure that they're hydrated, and do not wait until you're thirsty to have that drink of water.
That's
and
right.
to also, some people say, oh, I drink Morbi, but water is different. Your
That's
body
right.
needs fluid, but it needs water.
That's right.
As we focus too on disaster preparedness, very often people forget seniors. You will recall during the Mount Soufriere eruption in
that's
St.
right.
Vincent, there was this video that went viral where these young people there were leaving home, and the senior was wheelchair bound, and they left home, and he was saying, but y'all forgetting me. They left him home. They had made all their preparations and left him home. So as we focus on disaster preparedness, you have to know where your seniors are.
That's right.
So in your neighborhoods and DEM, you must know where every senior, where all the seniors are located. Some people might say it's difficult, but if you wanted something from them, you'll find them.
That's right.
If you are serious about protecting them, then you find them, you document where they are, and you encourage persons to have that dialogue, so that if you are going by your son, you tell a neighbor, I'm not going to be home, my son is coming to pick me
That's
up.
right.
But we must know where all our seniors are, so that when an evacuation is needed,
That's right.
that you can go swiftly and get them. And you must also know their condition as well.
Exactly, the medical
And
status.
The medical status is
That's
very,
right.
very important as well.
Absolutely,
Well
because
said.
I mean, when you think about it, you have to be able to pack up that medicine
Yes.
and bring it with you.
Of course.
You have to, first of all, if we think about the example you gave, you have to have an evacuation plan
Yes.
in place. And I know that's your area of specialty, helping
Definitely.
people to build out
Exactly.
plans.
Correct. Because one of the things that we notice, and you hit the nail on the head, Marilyn, in a disaster situation, as I say, every turkey for your own craw, right? That's what they say. But you have to make sure that you have plans in place for the elderly, for those persons who may be using a walker, for those persons who might be using a cane and so on. So the moving from the home, going to emergency shelter, or even going by other relatives, is very important that the necessary arrangements are made. Then you have persons too who may be hearing impaired, or they may be blind. How do you communicate with them? How are you able to sensitize them that something is happening and we need to move them from their current location to a safer place, whether the safer place is the emergency shelter or by relatives. So those are the things that we have to consider. And it's very important that persons recognize that when it comes to the elderly, that you have to ensure that the families are involved. We leave a lot to the state. The state, of course, has a mechanism, but we were also expecting that families would take care of their own loved ones, because we have a situation, we heard in the media, that sometimes people leave the elderly at the hospitals, at the A&E and so on, when they think that they're too much for them to handle. But we are saying, no, let us know. Let us at DEM know, 438-7575. Let us know about the vulnerable persons in your community, so that we can, once again, as Marilyn said, we can have a list of vulnerable persons where they're located. And we want to thank the district emergency organizations too. The DEOs in their walkthrough and the canvassing in the areas, what they're able to do is to highlight and identify those persons who would be considered vulnerable, and to offer the assistance that would be needed before the impact of a disaster.
I'm glad that you reinforced before. Because what we might be able to do, you hear something's coming and you can rush out and get a few things, prep, you get your batteries and so on. An older person in your neighborhood who's disabled or who has mobility issues might not be able to do the same thing, who might have transportation challenges, might not be able to do
might
the
have
same
to
thing.
wait
That's
for the
important.
pension check as well to
clear.
come.
Yes.
You see, so that's why it's very important. You know, there's before the high winds come.
Before the high
you
winds
have
come.
to plan
Yeah.
before the high winds come. So have your little box
bag.
or whatever there with your supplies, that when if and when it comes, you have your supplies. Very, very important to plan before, so that your major focus would be evacuation.
Yes. Physical movement of the
Yeah,
person.
but
That's
you
right.
must plan.
Absolutely. So it's October 1st.
Yes, Tuesday,
and
October 1st.
that is not some far off date. That's coming up next week.
That's next week Tuesday.
It's
So we'll be in
October,
Queen's
people.
Park.
Let that settle in for a minute.
It's October.
It's October. Listen, right? I mean, the Christmas tree going up.
Yeah,
That's
next month is coming,
that's
December.
another story.
Ooh, that's my month. I'm a December born.
Me too.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You
Capricorn.
too? Okay.
But how do we get involved? How do do we have to register? What's the process?
Registration is free. That's why we chose a central location. So we're asking all seniors and senior organizations to come out. We're going to be at Queen's Park, the Steel Shed, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We have the exhibitors there. Like I said, we're going to have podiatrists, National Assistance Board. We have opticians. We also have the Barbados Fire Service to talk about fire safety techniques for the elderly at home. And of course, DEM, as usual, will be there to disseminate our information. So from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Steel Shed. And more importantly, we just want everyone to come out, especially our seniors. We're so grateful for the partnership with BARP. We want to commend BARP for the work that they're doing. I want to say that I am a BARP member and I enjoy all the benefits.
Nice.
And I'm looking forward to having the seniors and giving voice to their issues as well.
Yes.
At this forum, which is very important.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the shape it will take, the roundtable. Who are some of the specific representatives who will be there at the table?
So at the roundtable, for sure, we would have representatives from not only the Department of Emergency Management, but also the Ministry of People Empowerment, as well as National Assistance Board and so on. A number of persons who can speak to those issues, and of course, BARP as well. So we want to make sure that our seniors have voice to their issues, but more importantly, it's an interactive session where they are not only shared information to them, but they can give us their feedback on how they think things should be done, especially for that vulnerable group as it relates to disaster preparedness.
Based on your engagement with the wide membership that makes up BARP, what are some of the key areas that you're hoping you're able to get to during this roundtable?
I would want to, as you said earlier, preparedness. And we would want to look at notification.
Yes, early warning.
Early warning.
Yes.
So we need to probably look at the use of the telephone, the use of the radio, because early warnings are very, very
yes,
important.
You're very right.
And early warnings with proper information.
Correct.
So you don't want early warning coming from somebody and it's fake news.
Fake news.
You want credible information being delivered.
Say it again for the people at the back.
Credible information.
Credible information being sent to our seniors.
Yes, please.
So that they can also prepare themselves, because you don't want to put them in a frenzy, and some persons have hypertension and all of that. So you want to be able to prepare them. So early notification, the evacuation plans, and the importance of preparing you. So you must have a plan before
the impact.
And of course, stockpile your medication.
That's right, medication.
During the hurricane season, and make sure you have your supplies, your hurricane supplies, extra biscuits and corned beef, and
the water,
and
for
loads of water that you don't touch until after the season passes.
Absolutely. That's right. I know that just a few days ago, it was maybe just over a week ago, we had people, as a matter of fact, last Friday, we had people talking about Janet, because the anniversary of Janet was I believe the
23rd?
69th.
Yeah, it was 69th.
Anniversary of Hurricane Janet.
Yeah.
And they were talking about the fact that, they weren't prepared.
Nobody was.
Out for 4 or 5 days.
Correct.
So you have to bear all of that in mind. I certainly look forward to this. And I want to put it to you, Simon.
Yes, please.
Something that Marion said that I was even thinking before. We have to remember the target demographic. All seniors aren't created equal. There's some who are at home and immobile. Then there's some who are very active and on the go. So we really have to. So we really have to cater to all of them. And
that's
then,
right.
In terms of engaging the media, I think that's of equal importance as well. Because we concentrate a lot these days on social, and even though Marilyn is blowing up Instagram, every senior that age isn't.
Yeah,
it's true. They're tuned into Admiral this morning reading the obits.
That's right.
It's
and
true,
when you talk about that credible source, source is the Admiral on the radio, because they know of him. That credible source is when they tune in and they hear what's happening. So we have to make sure that we cover all the bases. Yes, make sure you get on out, and of course you can get all of your health checks and so on done as well. The theme is protecting seniors during disaster.
That's right.
So make sure you come out and be a part of it. It's October 1st. Time,
Tuesday,
Simon?
from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So you have the entire day to come out and listen in, just relax, hear more about it, and help you along with your plan. What I love about the DEM is they're always willing to kind of hold your hand and help you along. And same story with Barb. So thank you both for making the trek in this morning and
Been a
sharing with
pleasure.
us.
Correct.
Absolutely. Always good to see you. And we definitely will be out on October 1st to be a part of this DEM Seniors Roundtable Discussion and Expo. All right, time for another break. Today is Sneakers Day. They're asking you to take pics of your sneakers or you in your sneakers, not just the sneakers, and post it online. It's BB Sneakers is the tag, I think, on Instagram. If I'm wrong, guys, tell me, and I'll correct it during the next break or after the next break. But also, today is World Tourism Day. So Madge Dalrymple is in. She is up next. We're talking about how we're celebrating at Pelican Island a little later for World Tourism Day. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
We enjoy a game with Domino's and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It's 10 minutes to go before 7 o'clock. There's so much happening. Today is World Tourism Day. Kisses and hugs and lots of love to all the tourism workers. I know, for people like me who love skin in the teeth all the time, it's okay. But everybody's not always in that frame of mind, and every day is not the same. So it takes a lot to offer wonderful service, and we're known for the great service that we offer here in Barbados. So to players in every area of the sector, special good day to you, and a special good morning to the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc. here in Barbados and the locations all across the world, continuing to ensure that people hear about our beautiful island. Madge Dalrymple is joining us now. She is BTMI Destination Manager. Good to see you, Madge, as always.
Hi, Tisha. Good morning, Barbados. Happy World Tourism Day to all tourism workers and supporters of tourism.
Absolutely. We had a fantastic day on Tuesday. celebrating with you for the Mega Fest.
Yes,
seeing so many players out and sharing with us.
Yes, the week has been going awesome. We started with a church service at the Mount Zion Church in Waverly Avenue, and then we had the Mornin Barbados on Tuesday and the Mega Fest, and everything went really, really wonderful. So we're on to the next activity, which is today, and that's a community event, and it's a pop-up at Pelican Village. And it starts at 5 and finishes at 9. And it is touted to be a really, really good event. Fun and fanfare and everything, because it's based off the Food and Rum pop-up that's ever so popular. Everybody, we have quite a big following with that, but we're adding a twist to it because it's World Tourism Day. So we're going to have some prizes and giveaways specifically from some of our tourism partners. And those partners are people such as the submarine, the Atlantis submarine. We have the windmill. You can get tours of the windmill if you just answer a very easy question. And I know these questions they're going to be easy. Everybody knows about tourism, so they're going to be really easy and people are going to get them right. And the other partners that would have been involved in that is also, as I said, did I say Champers?
Not yet.
Yeah, Champers. There's a nice voucher from Champers. So you can come down and win these prizes at the pop-up at Pelican. Also, we'll have a bit of entertainment. We have Biggie Irie, we have Natalie, and we have the youth involved, as always, with tea. So that is supposed to be I know it's going to be a good event.
Beautiful time to be had by all. And can we take a moment to talk about the space? The newly redone Pelican, I'll be calling it Pelican Island.
Exactly.
Because you feel like, I mean, it's gorgeous. It's a beautiful view of the sea, first of all.
Yes, definitely.
But the refix is really
I didn't even recognize it. When I went down to Pelican to do the site visit, I was like, oh my gosh, where am I?
Yeah.
Do I turn right to go this way? So it's really, really nice. And we're really excited to be partnering with them and having persons see what the new Pelican is about, as well as celebrating World Tourism Day.
All right, now tonight's event at the Pelican Craft Center promises live music. You mentioned the music side of it. We talked about the look, but there's also going to be some food.
Yes, but because we're going into a space and it's a community event, we wouldn't want to bring our celebrity chefs. So we're having the vendors on site provide food for the patrons, but we will be bringing a mixologist. Ashley Morgan, she will be coming and she will be mixing her wonderful drinks, and you'll have an opportunity to purchase some drinks from her. But as a token, the first 100 persons will be receiving a cookie with World Tourism Day on. So if you come down, first 100 persons, you'll get the token from us, World Tourism Day cookie.
That's wonderful. Today, the theme for this year's presentation is tourism and peace.
Yes.
And we know what's going on all across the globe. There are many regions in the world that aren't experiencing peace.
Yes.
But we pride ourselves, not only in Barbados, but in the Caribbean, as being a region of peace. And that has kept our tourism product intact.
Yes, yes. Peace is a great unifier, because even if when you in tourism, you don't know persons. You welcome them to our shores, and everything is just almost a level playing field. You welcome them, you speak with them, you invite them back, they invite you to their location, and everything is all nice and peaceful. So I'm thankful that Barbados is a location that we don't have to worry about war. Obviously pockets of unrest, here and there, but it has not affected the tourism product, and I'm so thankful for that.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, bringing in Ashley with the signature cocktail tonight. I am told that fusion is a representation of our local flavors and what tourism truly means to us.
Yes, Ashley, she hasn't given me a whole lot about what the drink will be tasting like, but I know she will turn out a wonderful drink. She is one of our Food and Rum ambassadors, so I know whatever she mixes will be wonderful and tasteful.
Absolutely. And this is happening at a time where we're looking forward to the Food and Rum Festival as well.
Indeed.
So, I mean, it's a great time to be able to get out.
Exactly.
And, hear a little bit more, support the vendors at Pelican Island.
Yes,
I love
Pelican.
Pelican Island. I love the new name as well. And as you mentioned, I love the new look too. So it's wonderful. For you, Marge, as somebody kind of in the forefront of the messaging behind tourism, what does this World Tourism Day mean for you and to you?
Well, it's an opportunity for us to be celebrating with everyone else in the world. It's a World Day. Previously, we celebrated in December, and that was a Barbadian thing. So then we got on board a couple of years ago and celebrated with the world under their theme. So it's, as I said, you know, tourism is a great unifier. So having World Tourism is celebrating Barbados, celebrating World Tourism Day with the rest of the world is a wonderful concept and a wonderful idea for us to be involved with.
And I know it doesn't end today. You also have, you celebrated for the entire week, like you said. There were numerous events happening, starting with the church service, which was very, very important.
Yes.
But there's also a beach cleanup tomorrow.
Yes, we wouldn't want to call it a beach cleanup. The name for that activity is Guardians of Our Heritage. So we thought, as a good corporate citizen, and turtles are very important to Barbados, to Barbadians, to visitors. We swim with them. They're on a lot of our little tokens and whatever. So we thought that we would partner with the Sea Turtle Project with Miss Carla Daniel and do it's not a cleanup, it would be helping the turtles. We're going to drill hall, the largest nesting area for the turtles. And since Hurricane Beryl, there has been a bit of debris and rocks in the path of the turtles getting to their nesting. So we're going to go and clear away some of the stones, some of the rocks, to ensure that they can safely go to their nesting spots. So that happens tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock, 6 a.m. on the Drill Hall Beach. So any environmentalists, any lovers of tourism, any supporters, any partners, you can come out at 6 a.m. tomorrow, Saturday, on the Drill Hall Beach.
Absolutely, you should come out. And when we talked with Carla earlier this week, Carla made a big point. Carla said the sea turtle is the real MVP, right? Because she said, if you think of all those little trinkets we're talking about,
Exactly.
people coming to Barbados to swim with what?
The turtles.
All the nice paintings that people buy. What's on the
Turtles.
paintings? Yes. So
we even did a sip and paint one time, and it was a turtle. So turtles are really loved, and some of them are obviously endangered and so forth. So we try our best to ensure that they don't go extinct, and we help them along in terms of the nesting and so forth. So that's our project for Saturday. And obviously, since September also was coastal cleanup and all that, if we find any garbage along the beach, we will pick that up as well.
Absolutely. People can stay on target, on point, finding out all about what the BTMI is doing by looking at your pages as well. I know they're very, very active.
Yes, very much so. So if you go to our IG page, you'll see everything that has been happening for this week and a couple of weeks before and what's coming up. So keep locked on, as they say, to the IG page and Facebook and anything else in the media, because we're in the media as well.
For sure. What time does the action start? At 12 o'clock, you said?
Well, it starts this evening at 5 o'clock, but from as early as 11, if you go down to Pelican for lunch, you can see our screens will have the advertising up and you will hear the music and whatever. So then if you go for lunch, then you can say, oh, I think I'll come back after work and do this as well. So, yeah.
All right, good stuff. Performances from Biggie Irie, Natalie Burke. Tay is going to be there. DJ Rico Chase. You know, we're going to be looking at that. Wonderful to have the music there. It's all happening under the theme, tourism and peace. We're going to have a good time this evening. 6 to 9 o'clock, live music, like we told you. Cocktails crafted by the mixologist Ashley Morgan will also be available. And it's going to be a lot of fun. We're also encouraging you to come out tomorrow morning and aid in clearing that path for the sea turtles to be able to get to their biggest nesting site on island, because, you know, we love them and they're the real MVP in tourism. On that note, a special good morning to all of the players who make it possible every single day. I think we take for granted that we wake up and their planes landed with loads and loads of people who are filling hotels and coming to restaurants and enjoying the beautiful spaces and going out to the places of interest. It takes a Herculean effort from many, many people. So today we salute you. Dalrymple, though, I'm going to call you out because you're not wearing any sneakers today. Can we get in on that?
My sneakers are in the car, I assure you. when I leave here, I will put my sneakers on and walk around the building and do everything.
I have one word for you, Madge. Fooey. Fooey, fooey, fooey. So
I'm going to send a picture back. I'm going to send back a picture.
You better. And hashtag it BB Sneaker Day 2024. That's the hashtag. Hashtag Sneaker Day. BB Sneaker Day 2024 is the hashtag that you want to make sure that you get for National Sneakers Day. That is today. We want to get active. We have a few activities planned here at CBC. We have a power walk competition down the corridor. And trust me, I am coming out on top. I've been practicing my power walking in this chair. And I'm going ready. Those are my feet with my sneakers here. So I'm definitely ready for all of it. That's our producer, Alicia, showing off her sneaks. So we definitely are representing. And that is Joanna, our makeup artist, showing off her fancy, shiny sneaks as well. So we're having a good time. Who's this? Is that Chrissy? Oh, that's Simon showing off his sneaks while he was here as well. And we couldn't show our director, Ruel, because he's wearing Crocs. I took the picture. We're going to share that later. All right, time for a break here. Happy World Tourism Day.
Thank you. Happy World Tourism Day to everybody.
All right, we're going to take a break and come on back on Morning Barbados. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome back on this Friday. It's busy. I know we've been telling you so much. There's a lot going on. Get your sneakers out when you head out today. Call it a sneaker day. We're all going to wear it. It's BB. The hashtag is hashtag BB Sneaker Day 2024. BB Sneaker Day 2024. Hashtag up front. And make sure you post those photos of you in your sneakers. Like Gloria Haynes. Gloria is out today in her sneakers. She is an education officer with language arts with the Ministry of Education, Technical and Technological and Vocational.
Yes, training. Yes.
All right, I got it right.
Yep.
A little bit.
Yes.
Welcome. So good to have you with us.
So good to be here this morning, Tisha.
And of course, we're here to talk about pontifications and poetry this edition.
Yes.
Because we had a wonderful run before and we're back again. We're at the stage where you want to get people involved.
Yes.
So tell us more.
Well, as we said before, we launched pontifications and poetry last year. It's an initiative. It's in collaboration with CBC and Starcom Network Inc. And this competition is now called our annual Oratorical Showcase, and we have prepared speeches and poetry, and it's to celebrate Education Month. And it's also to celebrate our youth. And this year, the theme for Education Month is Transforming Education, Making a Way for All. This year, we would like students to speak on anything regarding that theme. However, you are not restricted to the theme, okay? Because we want to hear your voices. And we may have topics like inclusive education. You can talk about literacy education. Remember, there's a lot going on. People seem to think that literacy is only about reading and writing, but we also have digital literacy, financial literacy. We can talk about mental health, and there's a sports element as well. You can talk about embracing sports. And I want to stick a pin there to say that the Barbados Olympic Association, they want to give you some prizes for the sports category, where you get to talk about how sports is so important, how we need to include sports in terms of our transforming education, and they will be giving you some prizes. And this competition is, first of all, it is one where you have to upload a video for the preliminary round, just 1 minute. And the students who will be working on the poetry will be the primary school students, ages 9 to 11. And this year, every year really, for the secondary school, we allow them to work on the speeches. And we know that usually when a competition comes around, there's always a focus on only the upper school, 4th, 5th, 6th. And we don't get any chance to hear those in the junior school. So we have the junior segment, ages 11 to 14, and then we have the senior segment, ages 15 to 18. So I believe that you will want to ask me some more. Do you want me to keep flowing?
Of course, you know, you're an interviewer's dream, somebody who comes in and flows and shares all the information. It's important to kind of get it out there.
Yes.
And having been involved with the last installment of pontifications and poetry, I know the little ones have a lot to offer.
Yes.
You know, all ages, not just junior school or primary or upper school, but across the board. It certainly was good to see children expressing how they feel about education and what changes need to be made or how they can be involved and things of that nature. Now, in terms of entering the competition, do you have to go through the school, or can a parent enter their student, or a youth group enter? How does that work?
Okay, well, we always ask them to bombard their parents, bombard their teachers to get involved. And in order to get involved, you have to go to mes.gov.bb and you will have all the guidelines there. Now, the guidelines, it's a little bit to read, but in order for you to get the essence of this competition, you have to read the guidelines. For instance, your video, as we said, must be 1 minute long, and it has to be of a certain standard, because that video, those finalists will go forward for our People's Pick Award. So you can't just send any old video.
Well, hold on. Is that a new element this time around?
Actually, this is a new... The People's Pick, that's a new element, and Signia Globe will be sponsoring the prizes for the People's Pick. That's where your videos get to go on social media, okay? And we are having 15 finalists for the primary school competition, poetry, and we have 10 finalists for the secondary, 5 juniors, 5 seniors.
Oh, that's wonderful. Sounds really good. I love the fact that you now have a People's Pick, so you're engaging people at every level to be able to support these young people as they make their presentations. And I love that you've opened up in terms of the areas that they can cover with their presentations.
Right.
Does it all have to be memorized? I know we saw quite a few of the children who were, you know, reading from papers. Others were talking from memory. Does it make a difference?
It doesn't make a difference. You can present your speeches or your poetry with or without a script, but we do not want that script. We don't want you to read slavishly. We want you to own your material. Okay, and the ones who own the material, they're more sincere, of course, and you get to hear their hearts. But when you stick to a script, then there's a difficulty. You don't get to communicate as effectively as you will love. And I'm saying this, I have a script, yes, but I'm not sticking slavishly to it because I know about the competition, but I want people to own their scripts. And I'm going to tell you how you can own your script, because you're going to get an opportunity to be coached, not only by a teacher, and this is the secondary school students. You don't only have your teachers to work with you, but I want you to say that Toastmasters will be on board. And I'm wearing my Toastmasters pin today. Toastmasters will be on board to help you with your speeches. They will be working closely with your teachers to ensure that you present an exceptional speech.
All right, so when you enter, you do this 1-minute video and send it in to the ministry.
Bright Future at brightfuture.edu. Let me make sure that, let me check the script for this. Bright Future at school.edu.bb.
All right.
Upload your videos.
So that's where you upload your videos to be able to present them. Will this presentation that you do, this initial 1-minute presentation, does this have to be a part of the final presentation that you do in front of the judges if you make it to the final?
If you make it to the final, you have an opportunity to extend that speech or that poem, or you can start fresh. But if I were you, I would just extend my piece, and the speech will then be extended 4 to 5 minutes, and then the poem will be 2 to 3 minutes. So you can just extend that speech or poem, or you can start fresh and you can choose a whole new topic.
Let's talk a little bit about the coaching that they're going to receive after they enter the competition. Because you mentioned they're going to get that opportunity to engage with Toastmasters, to build on their presentation skills and so on. Are there going to be any other workshops throughout the period from the time that you select finalists to when they compete in the final?
Well, we normally have at least one workshop, a judges workshop, where the judges get to meet with you so that they will go through the criteria. And let me tell you, one thing about this exciting initiative is that we put everything before you. We have the judging criteria. We have given you all the critical timelines. You cannot go wrong with it's a thorough document. It's a thorough document. So we want you to follow this, and so we will see everything in this document. So there's an opportunity for you to share with the judges, and they will give you some more guidelines about what they are looking for.
All right, that's beautiful. Gloria, as always, I want to thank you for coming in and sharing with us. I should call you Miss Haynes. I guess that's what you're
just call me Gloria. But can I get a chance, though, to acknowledge some of our sponsors just before we run off?
Go right ahead.
Yes, because we have to recognize that there are some sponsors on board, and we have ICBL, Amar Empowerment Network, Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union Limited, Signia Globe, DE Computers Limited, Courts Unicoma Limited, DC Office People, the Big Car Sale, Barbados Olympic Association, National Task Force on Literacy Education, Hilton Barbados Resort, Students Revolving Loan Fund, Starcom Network, CBC, SACAL Event Planners, and many more who will come on board.
Absolutely. And, you know, it takes a big effort to be able to make this happen. As you mentioned, you know, we were a part of it, or as I mentioned, we were a part of it last year. And CBC is indeed pleased to be a major partner with this. Again, in 2024, moving forward with the competition.
Thank you.
So, I mean, it's a big task. There's lots to do, but we definitely are up to the time. We're ready for the task.
Thank you so much. And it's such a pleasure for you to be partnering with us and partnering with the young people, because children have a voice, and we need to ensure that they share what they have to offer.
Absolutely. So get those children to enter from the junior school and senior school for the secondary school students, and of course for the little ones at primary school as well. I know that they have lots of great ideas. We saw it coming through, and they shone last competition. Make sure you blow down that portal with so many entries that they're thinking, what is going on? Of course, you can listen out to the stations of CBC and Starcom Network to find out a whole lot more about the competition. The theme for this year's Education Month, which is October, is transforming education, making a way for all. But you don't have to stick to that. you definitely can talk about other areas of education as well. It's time for a break. We have also been celebrating Deaf Week, so we're going to close that up with a conversation that you won't want to miss next.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome back to Morning Barbados. We have two new faces joining us. You're seeing on screen Taylin Osorio, and she's our interpreter today. But joining us for an interview is Lionel Smith, who is President Advisor of the Barbados Horizon Deaf Charity. Good to see you again, Lionel, as always. Welcome to Morning Barbados.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm happy to see you too.
Last time I saw you, we were actually making some public service announcements, and I recall that we had quite a lot of fun getting it done. So it's wonderful to have you in studio chatting with us a little bit this morning as we look toward International Week of the Deaf. Inclusive education and sign language advocacy is what we want to talk a little bit about today. How important has it been for you to be able to communicate with people through sign language?
Well, it's very important when we, are in discussion of education with deaf people, specifically within this context. In the school, we need to have quality interpreters and quality teachers within education that know how to sign. And we need to have the same rights and same access as the hearing folks and hearing children for all.
What has your journey been like, Lionel?
Well, my journey was a little bit different because of my sister, specifically with my family. And so, yeah, I did go through special education, but I didn't go and do the comprehensive exams. I didn't get a degree or anything like that. So when I finished graduating, I just kind of, you know, traveled the world a little bit and just learned about, you know, what is happening in these other different spaces. And I share that with everybody. I share about, you know, what's going on in the other different spaces with deaf communities, and I share that with the deaf community locally, and so they become aware of that.
Talk to me more about the local deaf community in terms of how they're faring. We still aren't, as you mentioned, seeing as many people learning sign language or the quality sign language and interpreters that we need to be able to move forward. There have been some inroads, but you know, what are some of the major changes that they would like to see?
Well, really one of the biggest changes we would like to see is having sign language taught in primary schools. You know, basic signs, basic understandings, and that way as they progress through schools, you know, they realize, okay, there's a little bit more respect. They'll have more respect for sign languages and for deaf people. So really teaching sign language at an earlier age and more about deafness, I think, will really help with integrating deaf people more into society. People would be more accepting.
Lay out for us a little bit more in terms of some of the things that we might see as regular day-to-day activities that are made that much more difficult because people aren't able to communicate through sign language.
Well, so I mean, deaf people have normal lives just like you, right? You know, the only thing is that hearing is different, right? And so, for example, with emergencies, health services, education settings, various different settings within the community, it's so important to have a sign language interpreter, right? Because as you're presenting or having a conversation or so, you know, making announcements, the hearing folks know all of this information, but the deaf folks don't. And so having that access to the same information is really important.
Absolutely. What role do you see government playing in this? I know we talked about getting sign language in school, but do you feel like you've been getting that platform that you need to be able to truly share with the requisite ears listening to be able to make the difference?
Well, really the government needs to have the responsibility to get everything in line and prepared. So, for example, with Prime Minister Mia Mottley, you know, when she has her announcements and she does her presentations and such, everyone has the access to that, right? All of the hearing folks have access to that, but there is no interpreter. And so with deaf people, they have to kind of go about finding that information secondhand, whereas with an interpreter, they would have the same information. And so having that accessibility, that full communication access with the interpreter is really important. But we also need to have that ready to go, right? So we should have really kind of a master list of qualified sign language interpreters, so that way if one is not available for these things, then another one is available in the other, and so on and so forth.
Well, that's, you know, sounds easy enough, and I'm sure the right ears are listening for this to be able to happen. Across the board, we do have a lot of signing, but there are shortfalls in the system that we definitely need to fill. Now, during this International Week of the Deaf, which aims to raise awareness of sign language rights, how has advocacy for sign language evolved over the years in terms of what you yourself do over at the Horizon Deaf Charity and other groups who are a part of the fight?
Well, deaf people have the right to language and the right to sign language, just as hearing people have the right to language, right? And so when, you know, hearing people, right, they can't deprive you of your language, you know, maybe your accent, you know, is important. All of those things are important. But with deaf people, it is really important to have that language right to access. You know, for example, if there's a word that you don't understand, a signed word that you don't understand, you know, deaf people become a great wealth of knowledge in that, and understanding, oh, these are, you know, this is what this means, you know, and so understanding how that plays into identity as well. And so for language, you know, with families, for example, also learning about signed language and the right to sign language, you know, that's really extremely important. So for example, with foreigners, you know, we have a sign language interpreter here who's not from here, and she is able to help with that sign language facilitation, right? So instead of us communicating and being really awkward and trying to figure out what we're saying, we have that access to make this conversation go fluidly.
And there have been quite a few allies who have more or less popped up or come more into plain view lately, who are making things far more accessible. Can you talk about how important that has been generally to your overall fight?
Well, so here, you know, it's also important to understand that we don't really have an official Bajan Sign Language here, you know, and maybe later on, maybe in the future, we would really love to have that recognition. So for example, in the US, they have American Sign Language, they have interpreters, they have advocacy groups, they have all kinds of access and rights to sign language, but here we do not have that. We don't have that, you know, and so with deaf people in the community, it's important to partner. It's important to have partnerships with the hearing folks and with allies so that way we can get these things done.
All right, have you ever come up with any new words, or how do you interpret some of the Barbadian slang now that you mentioned that we don't necessarily have a Bajan sign language? You know, are there any secret words? I mean, of course, that we can say on TV that you can share?
Yeah, we have so many. Right? And, you know, there are some that maybe are more private, you know, with sign language, like Shafet, for example. You know, so Shafet, so this is the sign for Shafet. People who know Shafet will know, you know, that that's a sign. So deaf folks here specifically will know that sign for that restaurant. And then for Oystins, right? So on Friday night, you know, when we go to Oystins on Friday night, this is the sign that we use for Oystins, you know, that isn't used in other sign languages. And so it really is a beautiful language. It's beautiful, you know, to discuss these kinds of things because, for example, with, you know, discussing with families and stuff, it's also expressions. The more clear types of grammatical structures that typically happen with sign languages. And so, for example, with like flying fish, we have flying fish, you know, that we cook and all that stuff. So we know when we're signing all of those things.
Cuckoo.
And cuckoo.
Even I got it.
Right. It's
lost in translation for her.
Right. She's still trying to get it. And it's similar with how people speak here too, right? You know, when foreigners come here and they hear us speak, you know, our language, it can be very overwhelming for them. They might not necessarily understand it. And so foreigners have to learn the spoken language here just as much as they have to learn the sign language here.
Absolutely. Give me that sign for Shafet again. All right, I love it.
Yeah, you know, it's because of the picture, because of the mustache. And so that's why we gave that sign that helps identify it.
Okay, I absolutely love that. And for you, I know that You've been at the forefront of the fight for a very long time. Lionel, you continue on. You do fantastic work. Kudos to you and the Horizon Deaf Charity as well. What are your plans? What would you love to see in the short to medium term? If you had just the power to do one thing, make one major change that you think would make a major difference in the lives of deaf people, what would it be?
Yeah, I think I would really see, just again, that sign language access, right? So having the interpreters, so for emergency services, for TV and public announcements, really having that full access to signed language, I think would be really the biggest thing. And then also finally having our official recognition of Bajan Sign Language would be really helpful for us moving forward.
Oh, that's beautiful. I want to thank you so much, Taylin. I saw the interview with you yesterday, so it was wonderful having you here with us. And Lionel, always good to see you, always good to chat with you as well. And I always learn something new when I meet up with you.
Yes, nice.
Good stuff. Remember, it's International Week of the Deaf. We're talking about inclusive education and sign language advocacy. It's important that we start and continue these conversations. It's important that we're able to communicate with each other. It's important to remember that they're just like us. The same way that Taylin didn't understand that he meant cuckoo, and I did, because of our cultural linkages, we have to treat it in that way in terms of how we're able to communicate. Remember, starting tomorrow, Bonnie Leonce is putting on sign language classes. You can sign up and be a part of it. We're going to share with you in the coming week exactly how you can do that. I'm sure she's still taking entries in. We want to thank you once again for coming in and sharing with us. Don't forget, today is Sneaker Day here in Barbados as well. So you're hashtagging BB Sneaker Day 2024 and sharing your sneakers there. If you want to share your shots of you and your sneakers with us, email them to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Or you can WhatsApp them to us. Our WhatsApp number is 228-5562. See you later, Lionel. At Shafet. All right, bye.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
We enjoy a game with Domino's and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. It's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
You know why?
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
You know why?
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories,
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It's 20 minutes to go before 8 o'clock, and we still have lots to get through. So help me welcome Michelle Harding, who's Year of the Youth Secretariat Project Coordinator in the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment. And also with us we have Kim Barrow, who's Youth Enterprise Officer. Online, Miss Ashley Lashley is here as well. We're telling you all about the Green Tech Expo and the Yes Youth Expo. So let's start with you, Michelle. Good morning and welcome. Good to have you here. Tell us a little bit about what's planned.
Good morning, Keisha. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning, Ashley. So the Barbados Youth Green Tech Expo is happening on Monday. It's going to be at the Barbados Hilton Resort. We're targeting young people between the ages of 16 and 30. And we want to expose them to emerging, new and existing green or clean technologies happening on the island. So we have wonderful presenters from indigenous plant material to persons who are crafting water. We also have persons growing 2 acres of vegetables in a 40-foot container.
Wow.
Yeah. That
you said 2 acres.
2 acres,
in
the
a 40-foot
equivalent in a
container.
40-foot container.
Wow.
We want to expose young people to green technology that works in agriculture, so that we can also get that push that targets the national food costs. That's what that is targeting, and we want to see if we can get some young people involved in it. Then we're also going to have a pitch tank, because you as a young person might have seen a challenge that you see the island experiencing. We know that we're talking about climate a lot. We know that we have our 2030 goals. And do you have a solution? If you have a solution, then you can also win not only cash, but you can win a pour-in in terms of mentorship, training, technical support for your young business or established business.
All right, there's lots happening. So this is happening on Monday. How will people be able to participate in this?
We have a Google Sheet that's currently on all of our socials, so you can find it on Division of Youth or email. You can find it on our website. You can find it on our Instagram, which is DivYouth246. You can find it on our Facebook, which is Division of Youth Affairs. You can find it, we sent it directly to some community groups, some youth organizations. We sent it into the schools as well.
All right, excellent. Now, Ashley, I know that this ties in greatly to all of the messages that you've been sharing as well. And I suppose wearing your hat as CARICOM Youth Ambassador, you're going to be a major part of it as well.
Yeah, so actually on Monday is also Caribbean Youth Day. So doing the Barbados Youth Green Tech Expo in collaboration with the ministry to really seek to harness the creativity and entrepreneurship spirit of young Barbadians, I think it was pivotal because there's so many different ideas that young Barbadians may have when it comes to environmental sustainability. And I think what is great about the Youth Green Tech Expo is that it provides a platform for young persons and young entrepreneurs within the environmental and tech space to actually come out and pitch their ideas to judges with the potential of receiving mentorship opportunities, seed funding, to really advance the work that they're doing. And after they get through the, well, let's call it like the semifinals, then we'll advance them to the IAM conference as well. So I really think that by providing these young persons and young Barbadians in particular to become active participants in the green economy space can really assist government with its mandate of becoming 100% sustainable free by the year 2030.
I know there's also an objective to move forward in terms of agriculture and being more sustainable in that area by 2025. That's just next year. Based on all that you've done, Ashley, traveling across the region and indeed the world, how would you say we're keeping pace with what needs to be done to ensure that we can meet and in some instances work towards surpassing these goals?
Well, I would say that there's still lots more work to be done in this space, to be honest, in order to reach that target by 2025. But again, a lot of young persons within the agriculture space need more access to the necessary resources to expand. Even I was mentioning to some colleagues last week that there are a lot of young farmers who reach out to me indicating that they don't have access to the capital to expand their businesses, or they don't even know how to develop like concept notes to apply for grant funding or where the opportunities are at. So if we're really looking to reach that target by next year, I really believe that a more aggressive approach needs to be done and provide more resources for young persons and even farmers and persons within the agriculture space, especially those that are focusing on hydroponics and aquaponics, to really be more a part of reaching that target.
And speaking of resources, I think is a wonderful segue for us to bring you into the conversation. Kim Barrow, as Youth Enterprise Officer, you're here to tell us about the Yes Youth Expo, which, you know, they all tie together because Ashley talked about supporting young businesses, and that's precisely what you're doing. This is coming up a little sooner, so this is happening tomorrow at Sky Mall.
At Sky Mall. So it's from 10 until 6 p.m. tomorrow, and we are engaging persons between the ages of 18 and 35. So we have persons with actual dog houses. We have a person who's doing balloon decorating. We have also beauty. That's a staple, basically. We have services as in graphic designs, social media management. We also have someone doing anime and even eyewear is what we have tomorrow.
Okay, so that's wonderful. So they're going to be on show from 10 o'clock in the morning.
From 10
to 6 o'clock in the evening. How were the participants selected to be a part of this expo?
Basically, all of them are clients of the Yes program. And we send out an email asking persons if they would like to participate in the program. They did respond, a good set of them, and came back, and we chose who wanted to be a participant in the program.
Oh, that's wonderful. So that's tomorrow at Sky Mall. There's lots happening. And this is all tying in with this year of the youth. I think it's so important that we continue to uplift our young people, and particularly in tangible ways, in ways that they feel like they truly are a part of what's happening. A lot of people often say the youth are the future. For me, I know they're now. What they do now really shapes the future, but what they do now is of equal importance. Yes? So for the Green Expo that is coming up, what do young people need to know as you look toward the celebration of Commonwealth, the Day of the Youth as well on Monday, in terms of that registration? Do you have specific numbers that you're targeting? Must they get in by a certain time? Is it too late now to register?
No, it's not too late to register. Because the form is online, it's not going to close off until 1 minute after midnight on Sunday. That gives them, and even if they do not get to do the online registration, they can certainly come down to the Barbados Hilton. We're going to be there from as early as possibly 7 o'clock. They can come, they'll be taken through the registration process if they didn't get to register online, and they can definitely stay and participate. We're also going to have, let's talk a little bit about what the Year of the Youth is. The Commonwealth decided in 2023 that it was going to celebrate youth in all of their aspects in 2024. They then took 2023 and into 2024. They decided that they wanted to empower, they wanted to engage young people. All of the activities should be youth-led activities, even if they are orchestrated in the background by hands that are older than what is the Commonwealth terminology for youth. It is about youth giving them the access to information, the platform, a seat at the table, that they can envision what the new world that they want to see, what are some of the challenges that they're looking at. And so the Green Tech Expo is going to allow students to have an opportunity to engage with industry partners, find out how they can get access to financing, whether it is through the regular financial areas like Barbados Trust Fund or the Barbados Enterprise Growth Fund or Fund Access, or even the YES program, because YES clients can do that. So within the Ministry of Youth, we want to give a total focus to young persons and give them that access.
All right, absolutely. So, there's lots happening. Kim, tomorrow, yes, we already have the entrepreneurs on board.
Yes.
So we just want people to come out.
Yes, and also we also have a talent show as well. So we will have Big Red as our MC DJ, and we're going to have Kincaid. We're going to have dancers, and we're going to have some other vocals in that event as well.
Too.
And fashion, yes, we're going to have modeling. So we want persons to come out, engage the entrepreneurs, enjoy the talent show, and spend money. That's it. We want you to come and spend money.
Support them, man.
Support them,
and it's
yes.
the end of the month. They targeted us because they know today's payday, people. Thank you, Ashley, for coming in. It's always wonderful to see your beautiful face. I prefer you to be in studio, but you're doing fantastic work, so congratulations to you. Make sure you get online. You heard what Ms. Harding said. A minute past midnight, yeah, you have, or a minute to midnight, you have to register up until Monday, or you can go down to the Hilton and be a part of that Green Tech Expo that is happening on Monday. Make sure you go out and be a part of it, particularly if you're looking for prospects for the future. It's important. It could be great for you. And also coming up tomorrow, we want to come out and support Yes Youth Expo. It's at Sky Mall, 10 to 6. Entertainment, there will be fashion, a little bit of everything. So make sure you support it. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you. Excluding you, Ashley, of course. You didn't come in. You're still here, though. All right, time for a break on Morning Barbados. The time is growing slim. So much more to come, though. So stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of...
All right, so we're reaching out to TNT at this time to connect with Luke and Joshua Samerson, lead singer with the band Lujo and the Gifted, and lead singer guitarist, respectively, with the band Lujo and Gifted. Good morning to you guys. I had to do a double take there for a moment. I was thinking, are they a twin? You guys look really alike. So, Luke, tell me a little bit about the band.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm Luke from Johnny Gifted, and this is Josh here. And the band is a 4-piece member band consisting of musicians, producers, and songwriters. You have Lujo here. The Gifted is not with us, but the Gifted is Rashad Ahong and Lemuel Davis. And they are the Gifted because they do mostly a lot of things. You know, they produce, songwrite, they play on multiple instruments, so that's how they got the name The Gifted. And well, Lujo is the letters from Luke and Josh, and that's how we have Lujo.
Joshua, how did the band start? Did you guys as brothers automatically or easily know, hey, we can sing, we should start a band? How did things start up?
Well, it started 9 years ago when we met Richard Ahong, our producer / manager, and his son is actually part of the band as well. His son plays bass. He's a bass guitarist in the band. And Lemuel Davis, I went to school with him at university. We both went to school with him at university. So it's like a family band.
Yeah, it's like a family band, so it was easy to come together because we knew each other from a long time ago. So yeah.
All right, that's wonderful stuff. So do you guys play only soca or do you play different types of music, Luke?
Caribbean music. Yeah. We love Caribbean music, so that's where we focus on, and we try to do it to the best of our ability.
All right, where can we find you when we come on down to Trinidad? Where can we find you? Are you performing at various spots across the place, Joshua, or can we just find you online for now?
Yeah, well, all social media platforms, YouTube, is TikTok, Instagram,
and we have a website, lujo@thegifted.com. Yeah, and if you come to Trinidad and Tobago, you're going to be sure to see us performing somewhere because we perform everywhere possible that you can think about. Lujo and the Gifted is always there. So
that's excellent. You guys are ready for Carnival 2025, and you have a brand new song called The Waistline. So Joshua, tell me a little bit more about that song.
Well, the song was inspired by Caribbean women and their waistline and how they move it, no matter the shape or the size, you know. So we just paid homage to the Caribbean women and the waistline. It was written by Richard Chasuahong, myself, and Josh. It was mixed and produced by also Richard Chasuahong, and it was mastered by Tariya.
All right, so the only question I have for you, I know you said that it's paying homage to Caribbean women, but can you represent the song? Because, I mean, if you're performing a song named Waistline, there's an expectation that you must be able to perform the song.
When you see the music video, you'll see our energy and our performance and how we move our waistline with, of course, the beautiful women from the Caribbean. So when we perform live, it's pretty much the same.
Good stuff. Hopefully someday we'll be able to see you guys performing live here in Barbados. What do you want people to know about the band, about all you do as a brother team? You know, what's it like working with your brother? Be honest. And I'm talking to the other brother now, the one that's not doing that much talking. So, you know, what's it like working with your brother? Sometimes are you like, oh, I've had enough?
But everything we do in the band is live. You know, there's no back-end tracks. We do everything live. So how we talking here? You know, we can perform live. We don't sing with samples. Everything. That's what makes us different. You know, so everything is just, you know, us being us to you.
All right, I want to thank you for coming in and sharing with us. Hopefully sometime soon you guys will be in Barbados for us to be able to see these live performances. And we most certainly will continue to share with you as well.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Luke and Joshua Samerson, lead singer. Luke is lead singer with the band, and Joshua is lead singer and guitarist. The band is Lujo and the Gifted. Make sure you check them out online. Hey, Doctor, come. I want to show you a little bit of something. He's here. Remember, today is, I told Peter to move out this table, but look, he's here with his sneakers.
I am here with my sneakers.
Yeah, he has no...
Let's strike a good pose.
What pose is that?
I don't know.
Come on over. We have someone else with sneakers here. Well, you can't see them, which is why I told Peter to take the camera out, but we have to go maybe to the side. But we definitely have the sneakers.
And this is all part of National Sneaker Day.
That's right. So come on in here. We have a whole bunch of people with sneakers, and we want to make sure that you come out with your sneakers as well and represent. as you see them. So how about that? We're all wearing our
wearing
sneakers today. So make sure you represent with your sneakers when you hang on out. Today I head out to school or work or wherever you're going. So thank you for sharing with us on Morning Barbados. Remember, it's hashtag BB Sneaker Day 2024.
Correct.
And have a great day today.
And
Get
that's the
active.
steps.
Yeah, get active and come on back on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye. Have a good weekend.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning.